Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for...
Tommy Robinson's new remarks put Keir Starmer under fresh pressure. You're not going to believe what just happened. While the political world was glued to the usual headlines, Tommy Robinson dropped a statement that's now rippling through the UK political scene. It wasn't loud, it wasn't over the top, but it was sharp, deliberate, and it went straight for the heart of Keir Starmer's leadership. Now, this isn't just another politician under fire story. This feels different.
Why?
Because it landed at a time when Starmer's public approval is already showing cracks, and every new wave of criticism seems to hit just a little harder than the last. Here's what went down. Over the weekend, during an unscripted interview at a community event, Tommy Robinson was asked about the state of British politics. He paused, smirked, and then said, "People already suspect the truth about Starmer, I'm just saying it out loud." No shouting, no wild claims, but the tone said it all. And in politics, sometimes tone is everything. Social media lit up within minutes. Comments ranged from disbelief to agreement, with one post reading, "This is exactly what people have been whispering for months." Another more cautious voice said, "If Robinson is bringing this up now, it means there's more coming." Political commentators jumped on it. One columnist from The Telegraph wrote, "Robinson has positioned himself not as the originator of the criticism, but as the amplifier, and that's a dangerous position for any party leader to face." And remember, we're talking about a man, Keir Starmer, who's been carefully crafting a stable, competent image ahead of what could be one of the most decisive elections in modern UK history. Let's put this into context. Starmer rose to Labour leadership in 2020, taking over a party fractured after Jeremy Corbyn's tenure. His pitch was simple: restore credibility, rebuild trust, and make Labour electable again. And, for a while, it worked. Polls crept up. Media coverage softened. Even some traditionally hostile outlets began acknowledging his discipline. But here's the catch. That same discipline, the careful wording, the lawyerly precision, is also what critics point to when they accuse him of being evasive. And Robinson's comment plays directly into that perception, that there's something behind the curtain voters aren't being shown. Inside Westminster, the reaction was tense. One Labour insider, speaking anonymously to a local political blog, admitted, "This isn't the kind of comment we can just brush off. It plants a seed, and once it's planted, it grows." Conservative MPs, meanwhile, wasted no time hinting at unanswered questions in Starmer's record, even if they didn't specify what those were. And in politics, you don't always need hard evidence to create political damage, you just need a conversation that refuses to go away. This isn't the first time Robinson has aimed at Starmer. Back in 2022, he made passing remarks about Starmer's years as Director of Public Prosecutions, raising questions about certain legal decisions. Those comments didn't stick back then. But now, with public trust in politicians at a historic low, even a small spark can set the whole debate ablaze. What does this mean for Labour? Well, timing is everything. The party is heading into its conference season, where unity and message discipline are key. The last thing they want is a headline, or worse, a social media storm that distracts from policy announcements. One senior political strategist told The Guardian, "It's not about whether Robinson's statement is true or false, it's about whether people feel it could be. Perception is currency in politics." And that's the danger here. Because even if Starmer answers every question and addresses every concern, the very fact that these conversations are happening can erode the image of control he's tried so hard to build. So, what happens next? Starmer's team will likely respond subtly at first, maybe with a public appearance highlighting his leadership credentials. But privately, you can bet they're watching social media sentiment like hawks. If this narrative grows legs, they'll need to move fast, because the longer it lingers, the harder it is to shake. And here's the real twist: this isn't just about one comment from Tommy Robinson. It's about a political environment where trust is fragile, voters are restless, and even a single sentence can shift the mood of an entire election cycle. So as the dust settles, one question hangs in the air. Is this just noise before the political storm, or is it the start of a much bigger reckoning for Keir Starmer? Because if there's one thing history has taught us, it's that in politics, sometimes it's not the scandal itself that takes you down. It's the suspicion that you're hiding something. And right now, that's exactly the suspicion Robinson just gave a microphone to.